Hey guys, so I got a couple minutes to report on this that, has been breaking about Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle and just this horrific situation. Well, apparently it's coming about, I don't know if you guys have heard, but okay, so around 3:38 p.m. today, apparently there was the LAPD Robbery and Homicide Division in the property, okay? And they had posted out there that, there were two decedents, okay? Well, they figured out that they had been stabbed, but now it's being reported that it was by the son. Like, this is just unreal news. Let me let the people know that we live now. Now, guys, I'm literally not here for a long time, but I wanted to break this news to you guys. So, Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle, were killed by their son, exclusive source. This is what People is reporting. Rob Reiner and his wife, Michele Singer Reiner, were found after first responders were called to the couple's Brentwood home around 3:30 p.m. LAPD says on Twitter it's 3:38, but I mean, okay, 8 minutes off. So Rob Reiner and his wife, Michele Singer Reiner, were found dead in their Los Angeles home on Sunday the 14th. Authorities responded to a medical aid call around 3:30 p.m. discovered their bodies. Multiple sources tell police that the killer was the couple's son, Nick Reiner. Nick Reiner previously spoke publicly about his long battle with drug addiction and periods of homelessness. Rob Reiner and his wife, Michele Singer Reiner, were killed by their son, Nick. Multiple sources confirm with People. On Sunday, December 14th, at about 3:30 p.m., the Los Angeles Fire Department was called to the home to provide medical aid. Okay. And the police department told People that upon arrival, they found a man 78 and a woman 68 dead. Sources confirm that the victims were Rob and Michelle. Now, Rob is a director, producer whose careers included the Hollywood's most beloved films, from his 1984 directorial debut, which is This Is Spinal Tap, and To Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally. I remember Princess Bride and Harry Met Sally, of course. Misery, who could forget, and A Few Good Men. So he first became famous with this role as Mike, and with the role as Mike in All in the Family. Now, Rob was born in the Bronx, New York in 1947, and his father is the legendary comedian Carl Reiner, and his mother was the singer Estelle, is it Labos? Rob and Michelle first met when Rob directed When Harry Met Sally, and the couple married in 1989 before having 3 children. Now, let me tell you something. There's this thing happening. This is not the first time that a couple that just this week, I was looking into a case, a side note, of a opera singer who was killed by his son. Okay? An opera singer who was killed by his son. All right? So this has been I'm like in shock. Just this week alone, 3 days ago, I think his name is Jubilant Sykes. He was murdered by his son. And now you have a situation where this young man who was probably dealing with substances, I don't know, something to that effect. I'm looking to see if there is one. But this is like breaking news, like literally. Hold up. Let me see. Do we have a presser? Give me 1 second. If I have a couple minutes, we'll definitely stay on. This is really late at night. I would hope that they would do a press conference, but I don't know if they will. LAPD press conference, Rob Reiner. This is so sad. So sad. Hold up. The helicopter, let's see. Sounds like they're still flying over the home. Just so people are aware, yes, completely sad. They said that the motive was drug, right? So I don't see that there's a press conference yet. He said, oh my God, his prediction came true. He said in an interview he knew Spinal Tap movie. He said it would be his last movie, RIP. I remember him from my childhood. Oh my goodness. Our condolences for sure. But please note, like, this is now coming out. And shout out to Julia who gave me the heads up. Oh my God. His own son? Drugs? Maybe? Something to that effect? No presser announced so far. Thank you guys for keeping an eye out. Oh man, this is just, I'm not hearing a lot of people. Now people are picking it up. You got Extra talking about it. You have other sources talking about it now, that he was killed by his own son. This is insane. Like, oh my gosh. And it's a apparent homicide. Hold up. Let me see if anybody else is reporting. You have Extra that's reporting on it as well. So you have people that received the exclusive source. Is TMZ reporting now on it? Yes. Miss Butter Scotch Princess. I just said that. I said that just like 3 or 4 days ago. There was an opera singer in Santa Monica. And the reason I know this is because it caught my attention, because I was like, well, let me see if I can pull, the reports on it. And he literally, there was an opera singer that was killed by his own son. I think his name is Jubilant Sykes. Did I say the name correctly? He was a Grammy nominated opera singer. He was stabbed and killed by his 31-year-old son by the name of Micah Sykes. So this was a thing. Okay. This is insane. No way. You said the daughter found him? Oh, so now, Mark, CNN has confirmed it. You had people, CNN now confirms that it's a homicide, murdered by, I mean, there's, what is the word? Is it familicide? I think that's correct. Sorry, I'm like going back to my like undergraduate days, where, let me look this up. What is it called? I just want to make sure that I have the right term. I think it's parricide. Okay. It's when a child kills their parents. Parricide. Did I say that correctly? Or patricide. Hold up. Let me make sure that I'm saying this correctly. Oh, that's going to bother me. Anyway, so this is a thing, right? But this sounds like, I don't know if it was the oldest or what. Parricide. I said it correctly. Thank you. Thank you, Google. Parricide is when it's when the child kills the parents. You said, yeah, the daughter lives right across the street from them. Fox is live, going local. Okay, thank you. Let's see if we can find some information. This is insane. Let's see if we can find out what's going on, y'all. Guys, I need you guys to do me a favor. Oh my God, it's a press conference. Hold up. We do have one.
Is everybody set?
Go ahead, Alan, do it.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton. I'm the Chief of Detectives for the Los Angeles Police Department. I'm going to give a brief statement, and then we're going to address any questions that we can. I understand there are going to be questions regarding what occurred here tonight. I will not be able to provide information in a lot of areas that questions may be getting asked, but I'll do the best I can. So at approximately 3:40 this afternoon, Los Angeles police officers, along with the Los Angeles City Fire Department, responded to the 200 block of Chadbourne Avenue here in the city of Brentwood. Upon arrival, they determined that there were 2 deceased individuals inside of the residence. The Los Angeles Police Department is now conducting an investigation at this residence here on Chadbourne, and that investigation will continue over the coming days. We will not be releasing any information regarding who was found deceased in the residence, because that will be done by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office. So if there are any inquiries regarding the identity of the individuals that are deceased inside of the residence, that information will come from the LA County Coroner's Office. The current death investigation that is being conducted by the Los Angeles Police Department is going to be handled by the Homicide Special Section of Robbery-Homicide Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. That investigation will move forward through the night, and tomorrow morning we will probably have additional information regarding what occurred here on Chadbourne and our investigation moving forward. We will not be releasing any further information regarding the investigation that is occurring here in Brentwood tonight. Our detectives will be responding along with our Forensic Science Division and our Technical Investigation Division investigators to conduct a full crime scene investigation and determine the appropriateness of the investigation moving forward. At this time, the Los Angeles Police Department is not seeking anyone as a suspect or as a person of interest or in any other manner And we will not be doing that until we conduct our investigation and we move forward. That's all I have right now at this early preliminary stage of this investigation. If you have questions that I can answer, I will answer them. I would just ask you, please, if we do not have the ability to answer the questions, that you remain patient over the coming hours and over the coming days. Starting tomorrow morning, we will be responding and providing additional information as it becomes publicly available.
Or being
Alan,
told
do
that a
we know
family
who actually made the call that brought fire department and police officers here? Has that person known? Can you release who it was?
So we understand that the person reporting was here at the location. We're not going to release any information regarding the identity of that individual at this time.
We're being
Chief,
told
why
that a
are you not
family- we're
looking?
being told
Chief,
that
why are
a-
you not looking for a
Pardon me,
suspect?
Hold on,
we're
one
being-
at a time,
We're
please.
being told that a family member is being interviewed in connection to these deaths. Can you confirm that? And is that family member being cooperative?
There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not. We're going to try to speak to every family member that we can to get to the facts of this investigation.
Chief, why are you not looking for a suspect?
I'm sorry.
Chief, why are you not exactly looking for a suspect? Are you confident you know who did this?
The
We have not
son.
identified a suspect at this time.
Well, then shouldn't you be looking for one so these neighbors aren't worried about their own lives and their own safety?
Yeah, so at this time, after we determine, so I need everyone to understand something. In order to comply with the legal process, before we do anything here, we have to get a search warrant because there are issues regarding standing at this residence. So as long as those legal requirements are met, we can continue the investigation. Now, when I tell you that we have not identified a suspect, it doesn't mean that we're not working the case. We will not identify a suspect until that person is identified as a suspect and we're legally seeking them if there is a crime to be reported and if that person is a suspect in that crime.
Has anyone been detained for questioning?
Hold on.
Alan, has
Did that
anyone
answer
been
your question, sir?
No. Has
Okay,
anyone been detained yet for questioning? Are you questioning people now that could be possible suspects and or a person or persons of interest?
Specifically to your first question, no one has been detained. Specifically to your second question, no one is being interviewed.
What were the
Is this-
injuries?
is
What
this
were
a
the injuries? We're
homicide?
being
We're
told
not-
that
we're
this
not
was a
gonna-
stabbing.
Yeah, so we're not going to comment on the injuries at this time. That information will be coming forward in the coming days as it's publicly releasable. If it is part of the investigation and it is not publicly releasable, we will not be releasing it.
Deputy Chief, are your detectives inside the home?
Hold on. One at a time. Whoa. Hold on, one at a time.
Sharon
Mr.
was
Lynn is
up.
next.
Go ahead.
Are your
Is this a
detectives
homicide
inside the home right now? Are they getting access to the home right now as we speak?
We're waiting for the legal process to move forward. We have to obtain a search warrant for the residents. As soon as that is complied with, we will be conducting a full crime scene investigation on the interior and the exterior of the residence and the surrounding neighborhood.
Just to follow up, Deputy Chief, is there somebody from the family not allowing detectives inside the home right now?
That's inconsequential. We have to comply with the legal process. It doesn't matter whether the family allows us in or not.
Detective, what are the
Hold on,
Have the
ma'am.
Sharon.
Have the family members been notified? The victim's family members been notified?
Have the family been notified of what? That an incident occurred here?
That there were two victims?
I believe the family's aware.
In other words, why are you not releasing their names? They're out there, Chief.
That's going to be the Los Angeles County coroner that releases the information.
Chief, is this a homicide?
Ma'am, go ahead.
Is
Your
this a-
question first.
Yes, is this a
At
homicide?
this time, it's a death investigation. Again, until we get inside and we make a determination, we can't call it anything. So we're
Oh
going to
my
conduct
God.
hold on. We're going to conduct that investigation at the appropriate time. We will identify what kind of incident it is, and if it's determined to be a crime, we will seek the suspect. We will bring them to justice, and we will take them into
The
custody.
mayor has
One more
confirmed it's the
question,
Reiners.
sir.
The mayor has already confirmed it's the Reiners. Can you
I-
tell us any more?
I can't speak for the mayor, but I can speak for the Los Angeles Police Department. The Los Angeles County coroner will identify the decedents that are inside of the residence.
detective?
And that will be, hold on, that will be the official notification and the official identification of the decedents inside of the residence.
Under what circumstances were the bodies discovered?
I'm not going to address that. Ma'am?
More details about needing the warrants and the family not letting you in. Can you just explain more?
Sure, there's a legal process whenever you're going to conduct an investigation at a crime scene in the state of California. There are certain requirements that you have to meet in order to conduct a thorough investigation. So you don't want to start a crime scene investigation and then have someone say, I need you guys to leave the residence right now. So we're gonna hold on. You asked the question, I'm gonna answer. So we have to comply with the legal process. Once the warrant is signed and delivered, we will have access to the crime scene. We will conduct a full, thorough, impartial investigation. We will conduct additional investigations in the neighborhood around this area. And then with that information, we will go forward with the investigation, whether it is a death investigation or some other type of investigation.
Besides
Okay,
robbing,
if we-
besides robbing his wife, were there other people?
And I do want to be clear. Hold on. I want to be clear with one thing. Wherever we can be transparent and provide information to the public, we will release it as soon as we can.
It's been
Sir,
said.
sir,
Have an
there's-
ETA on
One at a
this
time.
time?
Sir,
Alan, do we have an ETA on the corner?
That's going to be determined by the coroner. The coroner's not here.
It's been about 6 hours since the first report. Why is it taking so long to gain access to start this investigation?
I don't understand.
Well,
The specific point of the
it's
question.
been 6 hours since police were first called
Yeah,
to the
so,
scene. Why
okay,
is it
so
taking
just to be
long
clear,
for this investigation?
there's an initial investigation when the patrol officers arrive. When they make a determination that detectives are needed, they will back out. We will conduct a sweep of the area to make sure that it's safe. And then we will comply with the legal process, and then we move forward. I'm not giving you the exact timeline on that, but I'm telling you that it's moving forward.
can you
Pete,
just
you had
talk
another
about-
question?
Yes, a twofold question. One, how soon do we anticipate getting a warrant where you're able to search the entire property, interior and exterior? Second, do we have an ETA on the coroner's arrival? And once they arrive and make an initial determination, will they be able to give you identification that you can then release?
We'll be obtaining the warrant in real time very shortly, if we have not obtained it already. In terms of the coroner's ETA, I cannot tell you when their estimated time of arrival is.
Chief, so the-
We're already in communication with the coroner's office.
But as far as the overall investigation is concerned, beyond the initial determination, we have two scenes inside. We really haven't done anything in the way of any kind of forensics on the death scene itself, right?
That's correct. We've only done preliminary investigation at this point.
the bodies
Are the
remain
bodies
inside,
still
correct,
there at
Chief?
the house, sir?
Okay, so nothing has occurred inside the house. The house is in the exact same state it was when the officers arrived, just to be clear.
Chief,
are we
Chief,
safe
in Brentwood tonight?
I'm sorry?
safe in Brentwood tonight, Chief?
I can't hear you.
Are we safe in Brentwood, the neighbors of the community?
Oh, are we safe in Brentwood? I'm sorry. Yeah, so we have officers here at the scene. We have officers in the area. We're not looking for anyone in the Brentwood area at this point. We're not looking for anyone because we're still working on that part of the investigation.
Chief, besides the Reiners, Chief.
Hold on.
besides-
Someone over here had a question.
What can you say about the fact that it's been reported it was the son of the family?
I don't understand.
Rob Reiner's son is
But reported by who?
people?
Okay,
Multiple
I don't know. People magazine or people in
Magazine.
the, I don't know anything about
Chief,
that. Yeah.
People.
That did not, hold on.
People broke the news.
Go ahead.
Deputy Chief, can you give us a sense of how many witnesses, if any, you guys have been able to talk to? Are there people you've been able to already touch base with who've been giving you useful information in terms of what unfolded inside that home?
So we've already been talking to the neighbors. We've already been canvassing the neighborhood and speaking to residents that live around this area. So that's part of our investigation. In terms of someone that may have information regarding what happened inside the residence, we're not going to release that information. That'll be part of the investigation.
We've confirmed.
Were there other family members living?
There's been no reports from the neighbors regarding hearing anything or seeing anything that we can release to the public.
Were there other family members residing inside the house besides Carl and his wife?
I don't have that information.
Timeline of this murder.
We haven't established that yet. We will establish that soon, and then that'll be part of the investigation.
Cause of death.
The part that is publicly releasable, we will release. The cause of death will be released by the LA County coroner.
Are you looking into them being stabbed?
We're looking into getting the information from the LA County coroner when it's available.
Were
Somebody
any
over had a
weapons found
question.
at the
Yes,
scene?
ma'am.
Say where in the home they were found?
We didn't say.
Were any weapons found at the scene?
We didn't say anything about weapons either.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
And
everybody.
Chief, again, Alan, we're calling this a double homicide,
So
correct? This
we're
is
calling
not.
it a death investigation at this point.
Why
So,
is the
just to be-
homicide unit involved, sir? Are you able to explain that?
Well, it's a homicide. Yeah.
So what's the robbery aspect to it? Are you
Oh,
looking at robbery? to
I'm
be
sorry.
involved in
I
this at all?
didn't mean to be flippant. Let me be specific. There was recently a change within the department. Robbery-Homicide Division handles all homicides now in the city of Los Angeles. So I apologize. I didn't know if you knew that or not. All homicides occurring in the city of Los Angeles are now handled by Robbery-Homicide Division as of the end of October. So we handle them all. Okay?
Next
Thank you.
update.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Chief,
Thank you
next
very much.
update, please. When will we
The
hear
next
from you
update
again?
will be after tomorrow morning.
And
Oh
you have a
my
Spanish
God.
interpreter for us, please.
We do not have a Spanish interpreter.
Oh, they announced it in Spanish, y'all.
Our media relations will inform you. Or else you guys know. Yep.
Thank you. If not, we'll give you out a statement. We'll put a statement out once it comes forward.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Have a safe night.
Mike, are you guys done for the night?
Yeah, we're done for the night. Yeah, we have to.
We're done for the night.
We have to be done for the night because obviously this is
Mm-mm.
I don't know. If not, we'll just get.
I wish they would have done this for Celeste Rivas. That would have been nice.
Thank you guys.
This is insane. Let's see what else. Hold up. We're going to keep watching until the camera goes off.
Let me just listen in really quick, and I'll call Melissa when they're back.
Hey, so just to be clear, it's Deputy Chief Alan A.L.A.N. Hamilton, H-A-M-I-L-T-O-N. I'm the Chief of Detectives for the LAPD.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Okay. When they're having a press conference like this, I'm gonna silent it. When they're having a press conference like this, you have to pay attention to what they're not saying and what they're not confirming. Okay, they didn't confirm. The reporter asked them about People because People was the ones that broke the story about an apparent homicide and that it was their son. And apparently, their son was struggling with substance and other situations that were happening. That's what we know so far. Okay, but they're not confirming. When you're watching a press conference, especially with the LAPD, pay attention to the things that they won't tell you, because that tells you everything. I'm sorry. I've just been watching this for too long when it comes to these press conferences. You said none of it. Yeah, like literally they did all this. Where's the one for Celeste Rivas? You said who was the actor who was saying stuff about, oh, I don't know. Let's see. So how do we know it's the son? Well, People leaked the information out there. They said it was the son. Now, I don't know if this is the oldest, middle. They have 3 kids, okay? And what I'm hearing is that sources are reporting that it was the daughter who found her parents and that it was this son. And apparently this son was having a lot of substance issues and whatnot. So there's that. Now, it's interesting that he's not calling it a homicide, but Karen Bass is like saying something different, right? And she's the mayor. The mayor's confirming a lot of information. So talk about not being able to work with each other. You got the mayor saying one thing and then the LAPD saying something different. That can't be good for them. Furthermore, so apparently the Nick spoke about his years-long struggle with drugs addiction, which began earlier in his teen years and eventually left him on the streets. He said he cycled in and out of rehab beginning around the age of 15, but as his addictions escalated, he drifted apart from home and spent a significant stretches homeless in multiple states. So Nick is the son, all right? And Nick is the one that apparently committed this crime, all right? And in 2016, Nick did an interview where he talked about his own addictions and his struggles. So what they're saying, LAPD is not confirming this. What they're saying is that People's exclusive source is that it was the son who committed this. And allegedly, it's being said that the daughter was the one that found them. This is so sad. Now, please keep in mind, this is not this week alone, we had an opera singer, okay, by the name of, I think his name is it Jubilee? No. Let me not get it wrong. Jubilant Sykes. His son, Micah Sykes, 3 or 4 days ago. Micah, 31 years old, murdered his dad in Santa Monica, okay? I don't know what it is. I mean, these are people that are famous and whatnot. And I mean, you got these adult children committing these crimes. What is going on? You said, I pray for the daughter. Can you imagine finding your parent? Can you imagine finding your parent that way? But LAPD is not confirming. So we just watched it. And it was the way that I don't know, this was not their best conference. Let's just say that. But let me see if we can go back a little bit because they didn't answer nothing. They didn't answer nothing. I'm going to see what other information I could pull as well.
2 deceased individuals inside of the residence. The Los Angeles Police Department is now conducting an investigation at this residence here on Chadbourne, and that investigation will continue over the coming days. We will not be releasing any information regarding who was found deceased in the residence because that will be done by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office. So if there are any inquiries, because that will be done by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office.
Yeah.
So if there are any inquiries regarding the identity of the
Okay, hold up. Let me tell you guys what's happening. So Rob Reiner and his wife, so People has the exclusive source. People reported that the daughter found them. Okay? Keep that in mind. This is Romy. Her name is Romy. Rob and his wife Michele were found dead in their Los Angeles home by their daughter Romy. 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 That's what multiple sources said. And people are the ones that reported that Nick was the one that committed this crime. So calls about the tragedy first came into the Los Angeles Police Department or the fire department at around 3:30 on the 14th, which would be today. First responders arriving at the home said they found a man and a woman dead, and the victims were later identified as Rob and Michele. Now, Nick, in 2016, he had an interview with People, and he spoke about his long struggles with drug addictions, which ultimately led him to be homeless. And Nick told People that it's been years of addictions that basically that he struggled. There's a picture of them together, y'all. Yeah, Romy apparently lives across the street, Kelly Brown. You're right. Romy is biological. They have 3 children, 3 biological children together, guys. This is so sad. Yeah, Sister Craft. And apparently he's into politics, very outspoken. Okay. Very outspoken about various issues and whatnot. As we call him, meathead. The body language in this picture says everything, y'all. I would agree. Honestly, like you're not lying. The body language is everything to me. People struggle with addictions and whatnot, but apparently this is really, it took a toll on his life, and to commit this kind of crime and then to have your sister find your parents. This is just so, it's just so sad. Honestly. Yeah, he does not look very well. The son does not look very well. I think we can, literally, I don't know. There's some pictures, but the LAPD, the way that they're handling like somebody asked a question about identification. Hold up. Let me go back a little bit while I'm looking for more resource or sources so we can report.
I will not be able to provide
Hold
information in
up.
a lot of areas that questions may be getting asked, but I'll do the best I can. So at approximately 3:40 this afternoon, Los Angeles police officers, along with the Los Angeles City Fire Department, responded to the 200 block of Chadbourne Avenue here in the city of Brentwood. Upon arrival, they determined that there were 2 deceased individuals inside of the residence. The Los Angeles Police Department is now conducting an investigation at this residence here on Chadbourne, and that investigation will continue over the coming days. We will not be releasing any information regarding who was found deceased in the residence, because that will be done by the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office.
Okay.
So if there are any inquiries regarding...
So they're waiting for the coroner. Here's my question. One of the questions that the reporter asked, like, well, how do we know that the city is safe or people are safe if you actually caught this guy? What is going on? Which would make sense, right? If you're living in that area, you want people to be apprehended and whatnot, right? So is it somebody at large? What's going on? They won't say who it is. And they won't say who it is because, in my opinion, it looks like, that's who they have in custody. They have the son in custody. You have CNN reporting the same. Other sources are repeating exactly what People is reporting. Now, I consider People to be a credible source because, they have their sources and they are very much entrenched in the Hollywood situation and whatnot. So there has to be more info. Everyone has addictions in the family, and I hope the son, you said, is not being blamed just because of its addiction, Benson. Well, I hope that there is more information. We don't know if that was the cause of it. That's what People is reporting based on an interview they had in 2016, right? That he self-admitted going to rehabs, and could that have been a motive? We don't know, honestly. And I truly hope that there is more information. You said that they took him into protective custody. Okay, let's get into that. Let me see if I can find more information about that right now.
The identity of the individuals...
Now, guys, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit the like button, please, and thank you, and support, please, and thank you. Let's go.
that are deceased inside of the residence, that information will come from the LA County Coroner's Office. The current death investigation that is being conducted by the Los Angeles Police Department is going to be handled by the Homicide Special Section of Robbery-Homicide Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. That investigation will move forward through the night, and tomorrow morning we will probably have additional information regarding what occurred here on Chadbourne and our investigation moving forward. We will not be releasing any further information regarding the investigation that is occurring here in Brentwood tonight.
Okay.
Our detectives will be responding along with our forensic science division and our technical investigation division investigators to conduct a full crime scene investigation and determine the appropriateness of the investigation moving forward. At this time, the Los
All
Angeles
right.
Police Department is not seeking anyone as a suspect or as a...
Guys, I'm not finding anything credible right now that says that he's in protective custody. I'm looking. So we don't know if he's been arrested or in protective custody or that family members were taken into custody or anything like that. I don't know if he ran from the scene. We don't know if that's the case. I don't know what other, I mean, I'll look into it. Like I said, I want to see where they're pulling that, making sure that it's accurate information. Do we know what TMZ is saying? I mean, TMZ is always on the know, but I guess People is the one that knows the information right now. Let me see. I don't think he's in protective custody quite yet. Let's see. And it's Nick Reiner. If you guys find the source, let me know, but I do not see it. I don't find anything credible saying that he's in protective custody at all. Okay? I'm just letting y'all know. Nothing yet. And I'm literally looking through articles and articles. I have something that helps me source everything. Nothing credible yet. You said Brown University. Okay, that is they're clueless too. That's a separate situation with the shooting. You said crime scene investigators are going to inspect. Absolutely. You said, I thought they heard that he was missing. I think he ran from the scene, honestly. Honestly. You said, I heard it was like 1 or 3. Yeah, it's a horrible situation. You saw that on HB? Okay. Let's see, their daughter is the one who found them. Yes, that is correct. The daughter is the one that found them. Now, hold up. I'm going to look again in other sources, but I don't see anything that he's in protective custody at all. And if he was in protective custody, why wouldn't they confirm who they have in protective custody at this point? That is the question. They're having a whole, press conference and whatnot. Why not confirm who they have in protective custody? I don't think they have anybody. I'm just being honest with y'all. I think he might have fled from the scene. Also, if he did fly, if it's him and they're going to be looking, would they put out like a bolo or something? That's what I'm wondering if that's what they would do.
Who actually made the call?
Okay.
Brought fire department and police officers.
See what else I can pull.
Is that person known? Can you release who it was?
So we understand that the person reporting was here at the location. We're not going to release any information regarding the identity of that individual at this time.
Chief, why are you not looking? Chief, why are you not looking for a suspect?
Hold on, one at a time.
We're being told that a family member is being interviewed in connection to these deaths. Can you
Yes,
confirm that?
active.
Is that family member being cooperative?
There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not. We're going to try to speak to every family member that we can to get to the facts of this investigation.
I don't think they have him in custody if that's the case, y'all. It's still an ongoing investigation. How did People get this information? That's the question, because that is the People title. Again, that is what I saw, and I said, oh my God, are People talking about this? Because they were found around 3:38 p.m., according to Twitter, X, whatnot, from the LAPD. They were found, okay? The daughter found them. Now, we don't know if he's in custody, if he ran, if he's homeless. I mean, are they looking for him? Are they trying to, figure out if they can find him? I don't think he's in protective custody. He said if it's the son, Nick, he probably protecting him until his investigation finalized as they have concrete evidence. Absolutely. You know what, Kristen? I didn't even think of that. This is giving Menendez, right? I mean, it's only one person that we know, but I mean, what led to this? Is it giving Menendez? I don't know. You guys, again, just this week, for those that are new, we had a opera singer who was K'd by his 31-year-old son in Santa Monica. All right. Grammy award-winning opera singer. His name is Jubilant Sykes. Micah Sykes K'd his dad. Micah Sykes, 31 years old. All right. So, I mean, this is a really thing. Parasite is a real thing that happens. And when somebody I saw somebody ask a really good questions about the stats. That is interesting, I think, to look into. I wonder if it was an in-person interview. Let me see if I can pull it. Living life every day. I think that's a great question. Let's see if we can find an in-person interview. Nick. Hold up. Let's see if we can find it right now, guys. All right. 9 years ago. So Rob did an interview 9 years ago. Let's see this. Oh my God, they both interviewed together. Hold up. Let me see if I can get through this music. This is them. Yo. Hold up.
Well, what kind of yard work do you do?
That could be where it lies. I don't like raking,
Well, there you go. You got some negatives going in. What did you think? What was the toughest for you? What do you think, Nick?
It wasn't very tough. I mean, it was pretty nice experience for me. I don't really think it was like tough at all.
Really?
I mean, of course it was a little bit, but
I mean, we did get into fights over things.
This interview was 9 years ago, yo. Like, look what they're talking about. Getting into fights. Hold up. Let me go back a little bit, okay? Because maybe we need right here. Let's go right here. And then I put the closed captions. I'm going to keep an eye out and see if anybody's in custody while we're watching this, okay?
To it. It forced me to have to see more clearly and understand more deeply what Nick had gone through. And I think it forced him to see things that I had experienced during this process. And it definitely brought us closer together. I mean, it was like over a period of a year. It was intense. It was difficult at times, but it was also the most satisfying creative experience I've ever had.
What was the most difficult part about working together for the two of you? I mean, I have trouble working together with my dad on yard work, let alone, a 2-year movie.
Well, what kind of yard work?
Okay, guys, I just pulled, I did a wide search. Nothing shows that he's in protective custody yet, just so people are aware. I don't see anything about Nick being in protective custody yet. This is an interview from 9 years ago for those that are coming through. I guess we could watch a little bit of that interaction and you guys can tell me what you think in the comments, okay?
Work do you do?
That could be where it lies. I don't like raking,
Well, there you go. You got some negatives going in. What did you think? What was the toughest for you? What do you think, Nick?
it wasn't very tough. I mean, it was pretty nice experience for me. I don't really think it was like tough at all.
Really?
I mean, of course it was a little bit, but
I mean, we did get into fights over things, but ultimately it forced us to make the film better. I mean, we get into issues and I would see, the whole process for me, I can just speak for myself. It did make me understand him a lot more. And I think it made me a better father. Hopefully it did. I don't know, but I think that, and you'll see it in the film. What happens is, your kid, if your kid is going through rough times, the parent your main job is to keep your child safe. So I would do.
Oh man, this just feels so bad to see this now. 9 years ago, this interview happened. Nick was a rug addict and he was homeless and rehab many times. That is what the movie was about. Thank you, Tracy. He struggled with substances, but that doesn't necessarily, I guess we have to find out more information, right? I truly hope that. I'm looking to see if he's in protective custody. You know what? This is giving Phil Hartman as well. Oh no. It's just so sad to see it this way. Trying to work things together and then
anything. I felt at a loss, so I would do anything that, as we say in the film, anybody with a desk and a diploma, I would listen to them. And the whole idea of tough love and you have to be a certain way. And it's not my nature. It's not the way I am built, but I went and did that, and I think that, at the end of the day, I know my child better than an expert does. And I probably should have trusted my own instinct. All
right, I have some information. So what we know so far from the LA Times, which I do have a subscription for. Here we go. So apparently from the LA Times, law enforcement sources told the Los Angeles Times and People that their son, Nick Reiner, was being questioned by police. That's what we know so far, that he was being questioned by police. Now, let me see if I can get into the article real quick while we find out more information. He was being questioned by the police. Let's see. So Rob Reiner, wife, confirmed dead in homicide at Brentwood home. Okay, police interview family member. So Rob Reiner, this was around 8:32 p.m. 8:32 p.m. Let's see if I can show you all the article, guys. 8:32 p.m. It is with profound sorrow that we announce the tragic passing of Rob and Michele. And this was a statement that the family made. Los Angeles police were investigating the deaths as homicide after the bodies of Reiner, 78, and Michele were found in their home. Now, I'm looking to see where exactly. Law enforcement told the Times that a family member was being interviewed in connection with the deaths. So they're interviewing somebody, okay? The sources were not authorized to speak publicly about ongoing investigations. Confirm there's no sign of forced entry into the home. So Margaret Stewart, who is the LAPD or Los Angeles Fire Department spokesperson, said that a department was called to the residence. All right. So Reiner has had a long career, many years. Now let me go back a little bit or down a little bit just so I get to the point where they talk about it. He's a co-founder with the American Foundation of Equal Rights. A little bit about Reiner. And let's see. Hold up, y'all. By Sunday evening, law enforcement had sworn the Reiner's estate, though an eerie quiet hung over the Chadbourne Avenue, which has been sealed for the public with yellow tape and crime scene tape. Police cars were stationed at either ends where the Reiner residence located. And there was a helicopter there, and I think there's been a lot of footage out there. So officers spoke to a young man. Listen to this. Officers spoke to a young man off the sealed off area who left the scene around 7:30 p.m. in a white Tesla and declined to speak to media. They were found around 3:38, p.m. So Councilman Tracy Park, whose West District includes Brentwood, said in a statement the LAPD has increased patrol in the neighborhood out of abundance of caution. So they continue to wait for more updates. We're in close contact with the LAPD as the homicide unit continues. Okay, so that is what we have so far. Now hold up. I found another source. One news snippet mentioned that remaining 3 children in the home who were unharmed were okay, this is a whole different thing. Hold up. That's not even it. That's totally not it. Okay. Just wanted to confirm the sources. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to continue watching the interview while we wait for more information. Well, I'm going to play it anyways. I don't even know why I asked that question. This is just really sad. Really, really sad. And again, this is like the second Hollywood, adult child that allegedly murders their parent. Okay, we're going to keep going. So this was so I'm going to pull more information. This was a movie that apparently they worked on, Being Charlie, which was a 2015 movie. Okay. And this movie, see if we can pull in about. This movie was Being Charlie. That's what they're talking about. It was a coming-of-age drama directed by Rob about 18-year-old Charlie, a rebellious, privileged teen struggling with severe drug addiction who keeps escaping rehab, only to be forced back into treatment by his actor father, running for governor, forcing him to confront his substance issue, love for a troubled girl, Ava, and family issues in a personal story co-written by Reiner's son, Nick Reiner, based off of his own experience. So 9 years ago, this movie was released. This is just so sad. Okay, let's keep reviewing. Now, let me just say this, guys, I'm sorry, but I do have to ask you guys to hit the like button, please, and thank you. Shout out to everybody that has supported the stream. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I will shout you out before I head out, but let's keep playing this and let me know what you guys think in the comments, okay?
That's one of the things I did learn.
I'm going to keep looking for sources to find more information, okay? Just so if anybody's in custody, we kind of want to know. And it seems like the LAPD is all over in it. Doesn't it seem like they move quicker here than they did in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez situation? I mean, let me know.
About the whole experience.
I think the bonding came not from the story itself, but from the fact that we were working on a movie together, and I could see him and I would think, in the form that he could express himself the best, which is making movies, because he has so much experience. And so seeing that sort of turned me around to be like, okay, I should probably...
No, sorry, I'm responding.
I should probably shut up and listen to him, because he knows a lot more about this. He knows I don't know anything. So I'll learn whatever he has to teach me.
I just think that's such a fascinating thing to say, that like your father, who you would always want to be at his best as your father, may be a type of person who's at his best when he's making movies, and that makes him more understandable or relatable as a father to you, which is so fascinating to me.
Yeah, that it really clicked for me, because we didn't bond a lot as a kid. Like, he really liked baseball. I like basketball, and he could watch that with my brother, but baseball. But I just, when I saw him do that, and it was something that I'm interested in, I was like, wow, like he really knows a lot. And like, it made me feel closer to him and be like, yeah.
You're like, wow, my dad's Rob Reiner.
I never had thought about it. And then,
yeah, it didn't cross your mind, right?
Never.
No.
Never watched A Few Good Men. Didn't see that one.
No. But it's interesting that Nick would talk about it in that way, because, yeah, we did share that experience. But, you know, even though I've had a lot of experience making movies, you know, and I said this to him many, many times, that he was the heart and soul of the film. So when it came to making the film deeper and better, I would have to really defer to him. I mean, even though I have had all this experience in making films, the core of this film, I really had to look to him. I relied on him for giving it the honesty and the truth that it has.
Did you work with him on set? Were you on set for the majority of the shooting?
I was on set with him. Yeah.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I have no idea what I was going to say.
No, he was there every day. I mean, we were, you know, we worked for.
There is this level of awkwardness to him. Is it me, C, who says LAPD condensed homicide robbery? That's true. Homicide robbery is like a one unit in the LAPD area. We've been talking about that actually in our other case with D4BD and Celeste Rivas. So this merge happened like late October. That may explain some of the delays in getting the info sorted behind the scenes to public prior to transition. I could definitely agree with that. Again, no confirmed arrests yet or detaining anybody or anything like that. This interview, watching this, seeing that it's like 9 years later, if, again, sources are saying that the son was the one that did this, the daughter was the one that found them. This is just horrific.
For a year before, you know, helping craft the script, and then doing the whole shooting, and then post-production, he would come in the cutting room. I mean, we went through it together. There's no question.
I have to ask, you know, you said it's the most personal project that you've ever been a part of. And I think when people watch an hour and a half movie, they can sort of feel the personal aspect from the filmmakers, or that it's a personal project. But as a filmmaker, as you said, it takes a year, it takes 2 years. There are certain objective things that you have to do as a filmmaker that completely remove the personal. And most of filmmaking can be that part of the job. How do you remain personally attached to the project? How do you maintain that sort of little personal spot in your brain when there are so many decisions and so many things you have to do on a day-to-day basis in a project like this that are not personal?
Well, I mean, you do have the craft of being a filmmaker. So you do, there are certain grammatic, you know, there's certain film grammar that you're going to use to tell a story. But I could never get away from the fact that it's personal, because we're doing it together. You know, every time I look over, that's my son, there's my boy. And so that never goes away, no matter.
Oh, that's so hard. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, that's my son, that's my boy. Like, oh man. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm praying that it was somebody else and it wasn't him. But to have sources report this, it's just so heartbreaking.
You know, whatever craft I have, you know, it's always there.
Nick, how involved were you with the casting and everything? I mean, this kid is amazing in the film. He's an incredible lead. I've never seen him.
People know Nick Robinson.
He was given good.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. I mean, he was in that Kings of Summer, and he's in Jurassic World. He's a great actor, and Nick was there for all the casting. You know, all of the auditions.
I was sitting there, but
yeah, but you always gave your opinion.
I was like, I saw that girl Morgan Saylor on Homeland, and I think during the season she like went to rehab or something, and I was just like, oh, she's a perfect rehab girl.
Yeah,
that was the only.
He pushed for Morgan Saylor like crazy.
You had a personal connection to her right away?
No, but
just felt like you knew her.
Felt like I knew her from some.
Oh
land.
man.
Yeah.
No.
And this kid is, I mean, he carries the movie in many ways. He's in every scene of the film, and he's fantastic.
You're right. There is a lot of like, if you notice his answers, it's like self-deprecating. And I do that a lot too, but like sometimes it kind of tells you a little bit about a person too when you have that kind of inner humor where you kind of push yourself down. Hold up. I'm trying to see if we have more information here. This interview is definitely awkward. Now we have 9 years later and now this is going on. You said, I can't help but think what would have, I don't know, man. You said, it's just awkward too. He gets interrupted. He does. His son gets interrupted a lot. Nick gets interrupted a lot here. It's just so sad. You said, for reals, why would the yeah, I do wonder what was the motive and whatnot, not knowing all the details. Rob is overcompensating for Nick. I would agree with that. Hold up. I'm getting more information. Let me keep playing this, and I'm going to see if I can, because I'm also listening to a police thing too.
How do you know when you're casting someone that they're going to be able to do that? After this long, you've worked with some of the biggest actors of all time, but you're casting a relatively unknown kid to carry the weight of a movie like this. How did you know that he was up to the task?
Well, you start with having an idea of who the character is. And in this case, even though it's not Nick, it's certainly an extension of him in certain ways. I have that in the back of my head. I'm looking at an actor and I want to see if he has the qualities, some of the qualities that I see in Nick in terms of his honesty and his depth and the way he plays things. And then to be honest with you, he auditions. And in the case of Nick Robinson, he auditioned with the guy that plays his friend in the movie, Devin Bostic, who plays Adam. And they clicked immediately. It was like as if they had known each other for forever. And I said, ooh, that's what it needs to be. It needs to feel like that.
Right.
And another thing, other than casting, we all stayed at a hotel, the Hyatt House, at this, and we all hung out after every day. And that kid, when he first showed up, he had like a book about junkies. He had like watched some YouTube, and he started asking me questions about it. And I would try to fill him in as best as possible. But since the writing was done by us and Matt, he kind of got our sensibilities. It started Devin from just hanging out with us, try to help him with that in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. The father in this is a former Hollywood actor, now turned politician. So he's got one foot in Hollywood and one foot in politics. This seems like as this character, as Charlie was an extension of Nick, this seems like this character could be an extension of you, Rob. As you sort of.
Well, that was the idea. That I wanted to portray a character that was somewhat like me. I mean, it's not exactly like me because hopefully I'm not that big an asshole, but
now, yes, let me correct myself. I need to correct myself on something real quick. So Tracy Reiner, Rob Reiner adopted Tracy when he was married to her mother, Penny Marshall. Now, Tracy is Penny Marshall's daughter from her previous relationship, and Reiner legally became her father during that marriage. Now, Jake Reiner, Nick Reiner, and Romy Reiner, those are Michele Singer and Rob. Those are their 3 kids, but he does have one adopted daughter. Thank you for correcting me in the chat on that. Thank you. Let me see. Did you see the tag? I did not see a tag. I'm sorry. There's just a lot of people here. First Liberty 5, did you see the tag? Let me know. Is it on the Discord? Let me know. Let me keep playing this, okay? And then I'll see if I can pick up the tag.
But we wanted to have an antagonist, and we wanted to have there to be conflict between the father and son. And the fact that Carrie Elwes, who was in Princess Bride, did this part, I felt really good because I had kept in touch with him over the years and always looked for something to do.
Now, for celebrities, is this new or is this the same information? Because we just watched the LAPD press conference. News Nation just uploaded the press conference release. Is it different? Is it the guy that was from Fox? Let me know, because I can look over there too if we have something different. We're waiting for an arrest or an update or something. I highly doubt we're going to get one tonight, honestly, but we're seeing where this goes
with him. And I just felt comfortable that I could put the essence of me in his hands, and so that was a good thing. But I do have a foot in politics, and I do, and I was an actor and all that. So we tried to make it as close to what we went through as possible, but it is a fiction. I mean, it is a fiction.
Well, I guess my question is, as a person who is a director and a producer, I mean, Castle Rock Entertainment, I don't know if people know, created Seinfeld, and like, it just an absolute classics of our generation there. Yeah, I was hoping you would do that. Did you find that, did you find at a time when Nick needed you that you were also maybe really busy with a movie that you were working on? Because making movies, making TV shows does take a lot of work, be it on the set, reading the scripts, or just dealing with the business behind the scenes.
By the way, he literally did an interview 2 months ago with 60 Seconds? He did an interview like 2 months ago with 60 Seconds. Rob did. Rob Reiner, 60-second interview. Rob, This Is Spinal Tap, now a cult classic, almost didn't make it. Almost didn't get made. That's what the director says. 3 months ago, he did an interview as well. Like, he was doing a lot of interviews. This is just so sad. Like, he was active everywhere. He was doing all kinds of interviews and whatnot. Let me keep going. We're watching this interview, but it's like, this was 9 years ago with his son, who they did a movie together. And now you have a situation where it's being alleged that the son was the one that took him and the wife out, his mom.
That's a better question to ask Nick, because
Crazy.
I don't know if I was as available as I might have been, but that's something that you could answer. I mean,
What was the question? Sorry.
Yes,
I want to know
I'm sorry.
if being involved in show business and all that took me away from you to any degree that you...
No.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
How would you say this film differs from the past dramatic works that you've done? I mean, I think this one is definitely much more dramatic than most of your work, except for maybe like A Few Good Men or a couple of.
Oh, there's a lot of humor in this though too. I mean, there's a lot of big laughs in it, and I always felt like if you're going to do anything even that remotely mirrors the life experience, it's going to be funny and it's going to be tragic. I mean, there's some very dark moments in the film, but there's some also really, really funny moments. So the only thing for me, and I always tried to, even in Misery, there's laughs, I always try to find ways of getting humor in it. The thing that's different for this is that it's closer to the bone than any of the other films I've done.
So is Misery closer to the bone?
Closer to the bone, but in a different way.
Yeah. You brought me there. I couldn't
know.
help.
Everybody's
As soon as you said there were
talking about
laughs
this
in
interview.
Misery, the ankle immediately appeared in my mind.
Big laugh.
Yeah.
When she breaks his ankle.
This is literally, everybody's talking about this interview. They're pulling this exact interview that we're watching, guys. Honestly, it's just so sad to see this. You said, yeah, it just is too much. You said he looks awkward. You think he looks awkward to you? I promise I'm going to shout everybody out here in a minute who's supported tonight. I'm sorry. I'm in shock kind of watching this, and then also waiting to hear if we have any different news. You said him and Billy Crystal were really good friends. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going and watch. Let me see if I can pull more information.
Laugh riot.
Is it not that you would ever want to not have comedy in any of your projects, but having grown up in the comedy world, is it difficult for you to not have comedy, to not sort of be obsessed with comedians and stand up and joke telling?
Well, I mean, it's in my blood. I mean, it's the way I view life. I mean, I'm not, the way my father is. I mean, he's more of a pure comedian. Nick was
Carl.
saying that the film that he likes best of the ones I did was Stand By Me. And, that makes me feel good, because that film was the first film that really reflected my personality more than anything I've done. It has a moodiness and a melancholy to it, but it also has laughs and there's fun to it. So that's more my personality. And I always see funny things and also sad things. I try to blend the two if I can.
Nick, what about you? How often do you find yourself having the same sort of comic tenor as your father?
Well, I try to be funny whenever I can, but I don't really know. I don't know what that meant.
Well, when you're working on this.
Oh, just the way he answers that. Like, I try to be funny, kind of makes you wonder, right? Like grandfather was a comedian, Carl Reiner, and then yeah, it's just really sad to see that now.
Script, did you feel like you had to sort of inject humor, or did you sort of find the humor organically?
No, there's so much funny stuff that happens in rehab, and a lot of funny people. Like, it's tragic and all, but the people that are there are not going to want you to throw them a pity party. They're going to want you to laugh at the situation and make light of it.
There's a great scene in it, in the movie when you see it, where the main character Charlie is gotten bathroom detail, and he's having to clean the bathroom, and he's with his friend there, and they're working, the two guys in rehab, and they're cleaning the bathroom, and there's a dialogue between the two of them that's hysterical, and it's actually a conversation that Nick had with somebody that he encountered, and so they put it right in the script.
Yeah, the confusion in that scene is very real, and I sort of got a sense when I watched it, like, this is a real conversation.
Yeah.
You can tell that this conversation
This actually happened to Nick,
somewhere.
and he couldn't figure out what that. I mean, for those of you who haven't seen it, I don't want to give too much of away, but it's about a guy who gets sexual favors and also scores dope. And
it's a who's on first with heroin and hookers.
And the other guy,
oh Lord,
and the other guy can't figure out, well, what is the guy who's giving you the favors? He's also giving you the dope. What is he getting out of this? And he couldn't figure it out. So it's pretty funny.
Rob, I have to ask, as we said that you're an actor and a director who's also had one foot in politics. After
I do wonder if it's like that living up to, right? So again, people, well, I don't think they're called People Magazine because it's like a website, were the ones that release about the son, Nick, okay? Him being somebody that did this crime. So then the LAPD was asked about that and they wouldn't release that information. So people got mad. They were like, well, how do we know it's not somebody at large? Like, is everybody safe? And they kind of were nonchalant about it. So yeah, I would be concerned too, honestly.
Anna last night and cases this morning. How are you feeling coming to the end of this year's Republican primary and Democratic primary?
Well, it's probably the most bizarre political cycle I've ever experienced in my life. But I do believe that if America has any sense of anything, we will reject Donald Trump, and we will, because I was saying this.
This was 9 years ago. Keep that in mind. All right. We ain't trying to get into all that, but this is what was said. And you know what? Rob Reiner was really into the politics stuff. Y'all know I just can't with the politics. You guys know how I feel about it. But this is what he's saying. Now, let me tell you guys something right now. This is what I know so far. So police are treating this as a homicide, but we have yet to confirm who and where charges are at. We don't have a good source. We know that family has been questioned. That's what we know so far. I'm keeping an eye on other sources, okay?
Today, I said this earlier today, that the only reason anybody pays any attention to this guy is because he's famous. Because if you took just a person, any person, and you had them say some of the things that he says all the time, ban Muslims, Latinos, they're all rapists, and get rid of, throw 12 million of them out, the way he talks about women, the way he says, we'll bring back torture or give nuclear weapons to South Korea and Japan. I mean, everything he says, if it was not a famous person, it would be some crazy crackpot in the park standing on a soapbox that you would walk by.
Again, he had his own political views. So I'm gonna try to go a little bit. I know people are like, okay, let's just keep going.
These are people who are the worst part of humanity. They're coming onto but no, he doesn't do that. He welcomes them with open arms. So we cannot have a person like this. It's very, very dangerous. And I'm curious to see, I believe we'll win. I believe, Hillary will beat him. But if she doesn't win in a landslide, and if she doesn't win in a way that shows where that narrow racist streak is.
Okay, let me go a little bit further, because like I said, he was very active in politics, and this isn't about politics at all. You said, I know this, y'all, this is a 9-year-old interview. Please keep that in mind. You said him and Michael Douglas were pretty good friends. Right. Honestly, right. You said it's not about, yes, thank you so much, Sue. I agree with you. Thank you. The LA Times confirmed it was them for sure. Well, can you all imagine being the daughter walking into like your parents, finding your parents this way? It's just so sad to see. And again, this was a movie they did 9 years ago about addiction. Right now, we don't know what other circumstances were around this. Was it just this? We don't know what other motivations were behind this, or was it the LAPD is acting very tight-lipped. I feel like they know who it is, but for me, it's like you got people saying one thing and LAPD being quiet. Clearly, there's a lot more information out there that they can't disclose right now.
Of having this line blurred between show business and news. News is news. People's lives are at risk when the mainstream media drinks the Kool-Aid on a rock, and they just publish whatever is coming out of an administration and saying there's weapons of mass destruction, there's aluminum tubes, there's yellow cake, and all this stuff.
Yes, they were stabbed. For those that are asking, yes, they were stabbed. They were found stabbed.
On a more lighter note, because the film focuses on stand-up comedy to some extent, who are some of your favorite comics in the game right now? And for Nick, only because you were talking about these WWE-styled microphones, who's your favorite wrestler? If you say Roddy Piper or Macho Man Randy Savage, we got to be friends, man.
Don't say those.
Who's your favorite?
I used to love Rey Mysterio as a kid.
Yeah, that
Rob Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam, the frog splash. And Rey Mysterio used to do that, what was it? The 609, you go through
619.
Oh, 619. You go through the ropes. And
Hey, Rob, how do you know that?
because the boys, my two boys, Nick and his older brother Jake, they used to love wrestling, and they would wrestle with each other. We brought them a mat so that they could wrestle, and I took them to some of the WWE events. They got to get on, on the stage.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
It was Jake.
No, but what wasn't that guy with the? No, the guy with the broke the.
It was Jake.
And what did you do?
Some of our favorite comics are.
Okay, comics. No, but you were there. You got to meet.
I wasn't there at that one.
Not that one, but who did we meet?
I was the
Trish
one.
Stratus.
Yeah.
You met Trish Stratus, didn't you? And the Big Show. Did you meet the Big Show?
Met the Big Show.
All right, so you were there, or just that one time he wasn't. Okay.
That was a great scene, guys.
Yeah. And what about your favorite comic?
Louis C.K. Hands down.
So sad.
Yeah. I'd say hands down, probably right now. He's the.
Did you guys see Horace and Pete?
Yeah.
His show? Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
incredible.
Or Chris Rock or something.
Chris Rock. Yeah, Chris Rock's great too. Yeah. I mean, some of my favorites, go back from, a long time ago, but those guys work.
You said in the game today.
In the game today. Okay. Yeah. So Richie Pryor wouldn't be one of those.
Richard Pryor's always in the game. He's
Yeah.
always in the game. Who would you say your greatest comic influence is at this point in your life? If you can look back.
My greatest comic influence?
That is the comedy influence that I can see in all of my work, just sort of poking its head out every now and then.
Well, I would say initially, I don't know if it is so much now.
Yeah,
but
no update yet on an arrest. I agree with you, Brandon. Corey, thank you so much for saying that. I'm there with you on that comment. Thank you. It just, this was 9 years ago, and I guess just kind of hard to watch now.
Initially, oddly enough, was Sid Caesar. Even though my father was on Sid Caesar, it was more Sid Caesar. I was kind of drawn to his style of performing. I mean, it was very raw and real, and I just thought he was the greatest sketch comedian that ever lived.
Absolutely. Next question.
Hey, Nick, thanks for sharing your story. It's really brave. So, and not to discredit your work on movies, but there are so many jobs on sets. And I mean, I didn't even know how many jobs there were at AOL. So what's next for Nick? Were there any jobs or careers that being on set opened up to you?
Nothing's popped up yet, but we'll see.
Are you writing another project? Are you still writing?
Yes.
I'm writing a project right now with
Stabbing is always very personal. It's a personal crime. So, yeah, I would agree with you on that one, clearly, Shelley.
actually two people that are in the movie who are childhood friends from when I was like 5. So
Wait, who in the movie are childhood friends in the film?
You've never seen them before, but have you seen it?
I've seen the movie. Yeah.
Oh, one of them is the kid Dylan, who's known for I don't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That. We're allowed to talk about it? No.
Yeah,
Pleasuring.
He masturbates. And then
Frequently.
that was one of the kids, and then the other kid is the one in the bathroom scene.
Oh right, telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So those
cool.
two guys.
Yeah, the first guy's named Joey Brooks, and he was in the movie The Big Short. He had a very small.
Yeah,
part
he
in The
looked
Big
familiar
Short.
to me.
Yeah, and then the other kid is a kid named Zach Grant, who's a terrific actor.
Great. Next question.
Yes, I'm directing this at Rob. I'm a little bit older than the audience, but I come from an Irish background. We have a lot of alcoholics. And so I've always talked to my daughters about our history and worried about them, becoming alcoholics. And I wonder, did you have a conversation with your son or any of your children about your family history, the genetics, addiction, and all of that? Or did you just kind of brush over that? And then
Oh,
I'm
my
also
goodness.
curious what birth order Nick is in.
What birth
I'm a
order?
middle child.
Yeah, he's a middle child. We have
There you go.
3. Yeah, he has an older brother and a younger sister.
Nick is the middle child. All right, because I was kind of curious about that too. I mean, I know I could probably confirm that online. So what they're saying is, it's being alleged that it's Nick. That's what's being alleged. I think he just kind of said everything. He's the middle child. Oh my God, y'all.
Well, my feeling has always been that whether it's alcohol or drugs or gambling or sex, whatever the thing it is that you are doing to excess, is usually based on self-medication, because there's some issues that you have that you're trying to ease the pain of. And so we certainly talk about it in those terms, and trying to understand why somebody is the way he is and why that person feels the need to make yourself feel better at some point or other. We do talk about it that way. I don't have any history in terms of, there's a string of alcoholics or a string of, drug abusers or anything like that.
String of problems, though.
No, definitely a string of problems. That's for sure. We definitely have our neuroses that gets passed from generation to generation, and we do talk about that stuff.
Guys, I have to let you go. Congratulations on the movie. It's really fantastic. Really brave writing on
Thank
your part. When can people see it? When can people see the film?
It starts Friday, May 6th. It'll be here at the Union Square, and go see it.
And I'll start after that. Thank you so much, guys. It's an honor to have you.
All right, thank you.
What do y'all think? Hold up. I'm going to try to switch over to this 60-minute interview. Now, hold up. I want to shout out some people because I don't want to get too behind. I'm sorry. I haven't even looked at the comments. Steph, thank you for being a member for 12 months. Shout out to you. The Tampa, thank you for becoming a member and upgrading. Thank you, love. Kristen Carter, thank you so much. I think I read your comment. Similar to the Menendez, you had that opinion. And also thank you for the $4.99. Yes, if parents in the club, kids may have suffered like the Menendez. Oh my God. Hope that's not the case, but yeah, I don't know, man. Pinche Becky, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Shout out to Pinche Becky. Flojo, thank you so much for this. Hold up. Guys, we're going to play the 60-minute, but I want to catch up here because I don't want to ignore people. Dina Marie, author, thank you so much for this $19.99. You have the best reporting out there on this tragic. Well, first of all, thank you. I appreciate it. That really does mean a lot to me when you guys say that. So thank you. I'll take that to the heart. Okay. And thank you for becoming a member, love. Nancy Johns. Hi, Rabbit. You have such a kind heart. I just feel for I'm like, we don't know what the details are, right? We hear different sources and we're going to do our best to report it, but it's just sad. Like, honestly, it's a sad situation. So Nancy, thank you so much for the $4.99. Thank you. KJ said so. Third attempt to send you a super chat and it was not working. I just wanted to say, this is shocking. I wonder if and that's why they're not saying, do you think he attempted against his life? I don't know, man. I hope not. I mean, I hope we get some answers, Joe, thank you so much. As a parent, I can. I hear you. LeBron, shout out to you from Germany. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. Brianna, thank you so much for this $4.99. In a print interview I read earlier after this, they both said they were just starting to to be comfortable around each other. I feel that. Really, Brianna? So like Nick and Rob, like they were just connecting with each other? That's really sad to hear that. Darcy, thank you so much for being a member for 11 months. Rabbit's always on the case. You're a gem. Thank you so much. All right. I don't want to get too behind. Thank you guys again for supporting the channel. You can also support just by hitting the like button, y'all. Just by hitting the like button. Thank you. All right. Let me get to this so we could watch. Now, this was 2 months old. I'm looking at the most recent interviews. And I don't see. So Nick did an interview with People in 2016. It might have been like a print interview. I don't see like a camera interview. So that might have, I don't know. Has there been any more interviews since? I'm going to start looking, but this was an interview 2 months ago with 60 Minutes and Rob. We'll watch it. If we can go to it.
The story will continue in a moment.
Skip over here because of the music. Are we going to go? We need to see. Here it is. Let's go right here. Interesting. So I'm looking back at timelines. And the last interviews that Nick ever did was literally like 9 years ago with his dad. I don't see any interviews in between. So it was around the time that they were promoting the movie, the one that they were talking about, the Charlie one. By the way, this was 2 months old, where he was interviewing. Guys, I'm telling y'all, there is no more interviews. I'm literally looking through a vault. Nick like kind of disappeared after that movie, Being Charlie. Okay. So there's really not a lot out there on. Hold up.